Hello and welcome back to my allotment and part 12 of Allotment Diaries, which means we've made it through the whole year. A whole year of mistakes, challenges, successes, harvesting, growing, surprise and plenty of other stuff along the way. Thank you for coming along on the journey so far, and thank you for the virtual village hall for letting me share my allotment with you. This month's been a really hot one with barely any rain at all. And I have felt like I've been chasing my tail all month after last month's hiatus. There's some things that I'm not going to be able to get in the ground now, and I've kind of made my peace with that, but there's still plenty that's been going on. Like the peas that are podding, the courgettes and pumpkins starting to swell, potatoes are being dug, sweet corn's growing well, and I've planted out the leeks too. Tomatoes are fruiting in the greenhouse, which always makes it feel like summer is here. So, what else have I been up to on the plot this month? Come along and see. I've lifted the overwintered red onions. These were planted last autumn and have grown really well despite such a dry spring. They don't store for ages like white ones, so I'll be using a lot of them over the next couple of months, chopping some up to freeze. I just dice them, put them in a freezer bag and take handfuls out as I need them. The garlic's also ready for harvesting. I plant mine around the winter solstice and try to harvest it around the summer solstice. It's a bit of a tradition and a bit of a tongue twister too. Once lifted, they'll need curing, so I'm leaving them somewhere warm, dry and airy. My greenhouse works really well for this. I'll leave them for a week or two until their skins are papery and then trim them up for storage. Even though we're in the thick of summer, I'm already thinking ahead to next year's flowers. The biennials, plants like honesty, foxgloves. These are sown now. They grow their leaves this year and then flower the following spring. The plants themselves let you know they're ready. The honesty in particular forms beautiful papery seed pods. I collect seed on dry days and either scatter them where I want them to grow or start them in pots to plant out in the autumn. I'm continuing my experiment with organic slug deterrents. Last month I tried sacrificial carrots around the beans to draw the slugs away. In theory the slugs go for the carrots and leave your other plants alone, but honestly it didn't work. I think we probably thought it wouldn't work, didn't we? No sign they'd even been nibbled. The beans are fine though, either the slugs weren't that hungry or it was the heat that kept them at bay. This month I've tried crushed seashells around my dahlia plants. These are left over from a seafood company. They're quite sharp, so the theory is that the slugs don't like crawling over them, like when you put down crushed eggshells. I'll let you know how that goes next time. I've also been using the tried and tested method of jam jars over young seedlings. It creates a mini cloche, keeps pests off, and avoids reapplying slug pellets. It's perfect when the plants are small, but just remember to remove the jars when they get bigger and make sure you water them as the rain can't get in. With the heat wave, water saving has been high on my mind. So let's talk about mulch. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot, but what does it actually mean? So mulch is simply a covering for your soil that keeps the moisture in and the weeds down. You could use anything like straw, grass clippings, wood chip, homemade compost or leaf mould, but it's timing that matters. You should never mulch dry soil. Make sure the soil is wet from the rain, or give it a really good water first and then mulch. After planting, you can cover around the plant with cardboard or weed suppressing fabric, then top it with a thick layer of said mulch. I use wood chip and it works. One of my beds hasn't been watered in over a week, and when I poured back the mulch, it was still damp underneath. And here's another water saving tip when planting up pots. If you put a wet sock in the bottom of the pot just after you've added the first layer of compost, yes, it really does work. The sock holds moisture and gives the roots something to drink from. And also, don't fill your pots right to the brim. Leave about an inch or so that the water can settle and doesn't run over the edge. If you want to get free tomato plants from the garden centre, then keep an eye out for those side shoots. When you get your plant home and the side shoots have 2 sets of leaves, snap them off and then pop them up into wet compost. They'll grow into new tomato plants in no time. The rest of the side shoots can be removed as usual to keep your plants focused on fruiting and not making foliage. That's it for this month. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you if you followed along for the whole year. It's been great to share the ups and downs and everything in between. All going well, next month harvesting will be in full swing, especially those courgettes which seem to grow overnight. There'll be more sowing for late summer crops, and I'll update you on the giant pumpkin grow along and showing you how to get a prize winning pumpkin. Until then, happy gardening, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.